SBR Sports Picks. His name's Jimmy the Bag. My name is Peter Loshak. This is Loshak in the Bag show for Thursday afternoon, June 28th. We're chugging along here, tackling CFL, MLB, World Cup, WNBA, tackling it all. This afternoon games were a lot of games. How about look at that Cubs game, huh? -1. I knew that was going to be a casher, Jim. Look at that. How about that, right?
Impressive.
-1, and I said in the morning show, I was like, one of the things I was doing well that other people we know who do well as well. They identify dogs with value, sometimes bet into volatility and take the alternative run lines and do well that way. And I definitely had a nice call on the Cubs game. The Colorado game is still up for grabs, I guess. That game is going over. And then the Fulmer start. What happened there, Jim? What happened?
I was so confident he breezed through, and then they were all ticky-tack singles.
Were they?
Man. They were ticky-tack singles, but he was getting irritated on the mound.
Was he?
Yeah, it was back-to-back singles, and you could see he was angry. He was and when Larry hit one single, he almost threw his glove up in the air, saying it was disappointing. Seeing him like that, emoting like that was very very disappointing. Oh man, Viral Video AZLV says Jimmy, good call with the Columbia winning by 1 goal.
Yes.
Got plus 225. That's how I beat Alex. But got to give a shout out to Maxwell Smart and Nostratoda, both of them on the Cubs, just like you.
Oh, nice.
And I jumped on these Mariners, and of course the Orioles are falling apart here. But I screwed myself when I tagged you on the tweet. I took them first 5 minus a half run.
Oh, minus a half, Jim. What did I tell you? I mean, sometimes it is valuable, but it's I'm sure it all comes out in the wash. What's your first comment here from Noah Lastark?
Yes,
okay,
Noah was the first one to get
all right,
run
good. I
list.
just want to make sure I'm getting all the comments. Yeah, all right. So listen, as we know in MLB, pitchers can get and hitters as well, and teams can. There's a lot of variance, a lot of extreme, outlier examples and data points from game to game. So we're thinking that Fulmer is just as good as we thought. He just had a bunch of softly hit balls that
I did not like seeing him
lose it though.
Yeah, just being so emotional on the mound. I hate seeing pitchers emote like that. It's just to me, it's a sign of weakness. It's a sign of he looked like a kid.
Yeah,
he didn't look like a veteran. It was disappointing, and he looked really good early. We got the 2-run home run in the first inning. I was like, this is shaping up nice, and very, very disappointing.
We need to send him to a dojo or something, right? Send him to fucking Mr. Miyagi, right? Teach him how to be in control of his emotions and not let his emotions control him.
Or just take him down the road for some ayahuasca.
Yes, exactly. Oh, man. I bet you, I bet you if you took a whole team now. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Sure.
All right, so
I did study the CFL game, and I found it quite difficult. I
really
did quite a bit of work and talked to a couple different guys about it, and then I made my decision based on what I think the flow of the game will be.
Sure. All right. So let's see. So we got all right. Yeah. So there you go. I'm about to hit some nice cashers there with the Cubs, Jim. But you didn't take Seattle on the full game, or you did?
I did -1.5.
Oh,
so
great.
I might
that's looking pretty good.
I might get bailed out.
Sure. That's no. It's sometimes you do get bailed out, but as I've said before, if you pick a quality team and expect their quality to continue, and they pull it out late, a lot of times that is not necessarily that's not necessarily luck. That's part of what it means to be a quality team. Class shows late a lot of times.
2 errors in this 9th inning or this extra inning by the Orioles.
Yes.
They just seemed to drop the ball nonstop. Max Smart on Ottawa, which is what you like. And not only that, but Babano.
Yeah. He likes
Ottawa as well.
Yeah, all right. Yes, all right. So we'll discuss that one. Let's just review. There's a small amount of MLB games that we do have this evening. Very, very interesting stuff as far as line moves are concerned. A massive line move in favor of Washington, despite the fact that there's obviously on paper a big starting pitching edge for Philly, and it's not like Washington's offense has been tearing the roof off the ball or whatever. What am I looking for?
The leather?
Yeah, tearing the roof off the ball. Recently either. Philly also has an excellent pen, and we've seen the same thing, not quite as extreme, but another line move in favor of the Angels. I have already taken a position. I took Boston -1, and I took Boston. Oh wow. Well, okay, so now the line has moved back in Boston's favor now, although the line has moved further in Washington's favor. All right. So in the morning show, we had two big line moves, one in favor of Washington and the Angels, two big line moves in favor of these road dogs. The Boston game has now moved back in Boston's favor, and the Washington game has moved even further in Washington's favor. Very, very interesting. I took Boston -1 in the morning show. I also grabbed the Heritage team total over for Boston, which was 5 at -125. I knew that line was going to move, so I bet it during the show. I put my bet in during the show, and Jim took Philly on the run line, and also on the team total over, right, Jim?
I did. I do not trust Rourke.
Yes,
I do not trust Rourke. I've been saying it all year, and now I'm gonna put 2 units and $400 on it. But I don't like seeing a line movement.
Yeah.
It's always concerning to see that, but I'm fine. I really liked last time I hit with a big dog was with the Marlins. And I went right back there. I felt like it was a really nice spot to go right back. And I did it 3 days in a row and hit 3 straight big -1.5 lines. And I'm doing the same thing with the Phillies here today. I felt they were in a great spot yesterday against the Yankees. I think there's a good vibe in that clubhouse. I expect Nola to pitch well. The Nationals aren't hitting. We know that their offense is capable of hitting. So, I expect to see some runs here. But I do like the spot for the Phillies for sure.
Yeah, listen, everything you're saying, Jimmy the Bag, makes perfect sense, and I would agree with. The only huge caveat to all of that is a 30-cent market move in favor of Washington. That's a no-joke move right there. You know what I'm saying?
It's a big move.
That is not a joke. Also, we do have Natalie Rydstrom is she coming in today?
No, sadly. But now that the matchups are all set up, she's going to be here on Monday.
Yeah.
And then we'll have a lot of time to study the matchups because there's no soccer tomorrow. So she will be here on Monday.
But it's not that she moved a little bit higher up the pecking order and now she's we're a little bit beneath her time.
No. She apologizes. She will be here.
Okay, great, excellent. And then the other 2 games are also games that I was thinking about. I was thinking about a second half play on Milwaukee. Not sure what we'll get from Guerra. Guerra and DeSclafani look kind of like a wash to me. And obviously Cincinnati has been just explosive and just awesome recently. I don't think that's going to last forever though. And I think Milwaukee might be a good play in the second half here and might be a good play in this series. Tonight I'm only looking at the second half. And then Houston, Tampa Bay. I don't usually do these first inning plays, but I am thinking about taking a shot with no score in the first inning. This guy Stanek obviously is one of these relievers who pitches just 1 inning for Tampa Bay, and he's been pretty much lights out doing this. McCullers, as we know, tends to be great earlier in the game, so I was thinking about a no score at about -133 in the first inning in that one. Milwaukee second half, thinking about adding those on. Definitely feeling good about my Boston plays, and I wanted to watch the line movement. I was going to maybe go with you on Philly -1, Jim. Now with the current line move, I don't know, man. I think I'm just going to pass on that one. I'm not feeling good about the way that line move is
I would completely understand that. Yeah. Alert Eddie says Rourke will get this game over. CC Fitness says Nats aren't hitting and Rourke has an ERA over 8 the last 3 starts. Anthony L says Phillies are the play, Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, on paper, it would seem that way.
Homeworth says Rourke usually bounces back strong after getting hit hard. Nationals just saw Nola. Nationals did just see Nola. Phillies just saw Rourke, though, so I don't see that as being a big thing. Zigzag Man says, I don't see Nola losing at home in this one. Gerald Martinez talking about the College World Series that's about to go off. He's on Oregon, -1, says, I think the bats are going to come alive. Parlay Poppy says, Jesus Christ, Poppy's parlays are 0-4 last few days. Fade your boy here if you want to win today. Absolutely not, Parlay Poppy. It ebbs and flows. You know how this works, man. I think that would be a mistake to go against your plays as they've been very successful over the last little while, and you're a big help to us, so absolutely not. The Reaver says, Jimmy, I'd advise you to take -1, which has worked very well for you throughout the season.
Yeah, I mean, I like to do it for a few reasons. I do like to bet into volatility, but there's a few reasons why I do that. All right.
A lot of talk on this Phillies-Nats game, just to give you, can I read out a few more of these comments? Anthony L says Phillies first 5. Ziggy Balls in the house says I'd lean Nationals, but it's very tricky. Elio Rodriguez says I'm on Washington. There you go. Parlay Poppy, Phillies team total over 2. First 5, and I've got them on the full game over. Isan Sofagari says, Jimmy, I don't like Rourke either, but this might not be a good spot for the Phillies. Normally, these line movements recently have not been accurate, but for some reason, I feel the line movement is Correct.
This line really makes me nervous. Yeah, I mean, the Boston one I was willing to fade. This one I'm not necessarily willing to fade. If I were going to do that, I would probably do it with the Philly team total over, maybe first 5 innings over 2 or the full game over 4. Again, the Phillies, they appear to have an edge at starting pitcher, edge in the lineup, and even an edge in the bullpen. So I'm not sure where all this market love for Washington is coming from. But I don't know.
Predictions guy says I've got genital warts and it hurts when I pee.
Oh, very nice. I hear
Burn
you, brother.
them shits, predictions guy. Go burn them shits off.
Let's see. What else do we have? Shout out to
Tyler
Steven.
Swanson saying how to mathematically make -1 again. Can you?
Just you bet the same amount on the. You bet the same amount. Let me just remember this again. You bet the same amount to win on the money line as you bet to risk on the run line. That's how to take the -1 line. The +1 line would be the opposite of that. You bet the same amount to win on the money line as to risk on the run line. And if you can imagine that in your head, then you can see that if it lands exactly on 1, you push. If it wins by more than 1, you win. If they lose, you lose, just like a -1 line. The benefit of that is you'll get better odds if you do it at the same book than what they will give you if you actually, try to buy that half run or that run. And the other benefit is you don't even have to do them at the same book. You can line shop for each line, and you can do them at different books if you want to, which is another big benefit there of using your own -1 line instead of buying them.
Well, Orioles did it again.
Yeah,
man. 2 errors.
Okay.
Colby Rasmus back in center field with an error. Their new third baseman with an error. I mean, this team. I mean, God, wouldn't it? I would just be so angry if I had the Orioles now. And Marco Lou says Orioles lose as per usual. Yeah. I needed that.
Yeah.
I needed that.
I hear you. All right. Stephen Allen says, what up, low bag crew? Bill Buttlicker. Shout out to Bill Buttlicker.
I watched Bill Buttlicker's video. Man.
Yeah, was it good?
It's good. He's good.
Really?
We're so lucky to have Bill Buttlicker and Teddy B. Not only is it good, but he's a great guy, nice guy, respectful guy. Just got so much props for you and respect for you, Bill Buttlicker, and even more thankful that you're part of the low bag fam.
Yeah.
And both Teddy B too, man. They're
just shows you how misleading some of these screen names can be. The guy's name is Bill Buttlicker. You're saying he's nice, respectful, and what else did you say?
Knowledgeable.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at a guy commenting named Bill Buttlicker, your first thought is not nice, knowledgeable, respectful, right?
Oh, no, he was really classy,
Amazing.
and really sharp, and it made me like him even more.
Amazing. And Maxwell Smart 420 says, best show on YouTube, stamped and branded. There you go. Pow! SBR ownership, SBR brass, SBR hires up, media executives all over the world. Take note. Best show on YouTube, stamped and branded. Maxwell Smart 420. All right, let's see what else do we have here.
Matt McCursey saying, you rock, Jimmy. Love you, Matt McCursey.
Yes. Trunku says, I'm glad you stayed away from Panama, Pete. No, actually, I was going to take Panama plus 1.5 at -260. It would have won, but that's okay. That's okay.
But we hit winners.
Yes, we did. We had the over on that one.
Plus 2.5. What line did we get? Because I got plus 115.
-106.
I got plus 115 on Bet365 when I bet it. About 20 minutes after we'd said it. Maybe we said it and everybody faded us, and that's why.
No.
Ulysses Hayes says, where can you find this video at? Go to the Sportsbook Review YouTube page and just click on videos, and then you'll see Alex versus the world. And I got one on Alex, and that feels real good.
All right. Marco Lou says Kershaw's a fade now. Sad but true.
And Mark Lewis says, I'm back, boys.
Oh boy. Here we go.
That's great, Mark Lewis.
I think it's great. Yes, I love him.
We love you, Mark Lewis.
Yeah.
You demand winners. He demands accountability.
Which he should.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. No bullshit with Mark Lewis, and that is absolutely his right. You know what I'm saying? If people want to say you guys are on
shit. Stop everything.
No, what's happened?
It's Semajay Throwdeep's birthday.
Okay.
It's his birthday. He says hello.
Who is this?
It's my birthday. Semajay. We have Semajays all over.
Okay.
We love Semajay here. So Pete, I got to dig deep.
All right, Semajay Throw Deep. Happy birthday, pal. Happy birthday, bro. Have a great day, great week, great month, great year. I hope the breaks go your way. Although, as we know, if you're making positive EV plays, the breaks are more likely to go against you than in your favor. So maybe if you sense that the breaks are going against you, that's an indication that you're actually making positive EV plays. But still, regardless of the EV of your plays, may you have the best of luck. May the balls bounce your way all year long. Semajay Throw Deep. Shout out to Semajay Throw Deep. How was that?
That was great. Happy birthday, Semajay. Sama J. Happy birthday. Thanks for being a part of this. And look, Need for Tips. Alex has just joined us. Says much love from Romania. Just landed. So if any of you guys, need have any questions about the next round, Alex is joining us right now, which is great. And I'm honored to have gotten one on Alex.
Maybe we should visit Romania and make a stop in Romania. I would not be MGTOW over there. I have a feeling Romania ladies like to get down from what I've seen on the internet.
Yes, and it's more PC than the Japanese porn, which is great. And Japan made it to the next round, so I'm sure there's more porn being shot as we speak.
Michael Ervalina says, show the baseball records, please. I've been out of town since Thursday. All right, we can show it. I've been treading water, and Jim has actually been improving a little bit since his lost week, but he is climbing back, and I wouldn't be surprised if very soon Jim will be even. If you got the MLB record, show him for a Michael Ervalina specific request. If you got the MLB record there, let me see.
Lucrative Larry's talking to the women.
Lucrative Larry. There you go. Socializing. That's okay.
It's got a booth full of women there. You see that?
Yes, I do see it. I do see it. Wow. Teddy B says, Loshak and Jim, are you guys on the Red Sox run line? No, you didn't take it, did you,
Jim? Yes, I did.
Oh, you did. That's right. Yes. Jim is on the run line. I'm on the -1 line. I also took the Red Sox team total over. So, yes, Teddy B, we are on it, and we have done well with that over the past few games here. Let me see. Anthony L. Ironically, sardonically saying, I'm starting to wonder if this Orioles team might not be very good. Let's see. Tom Marino says Nola's ERA has been climbing the last 2 starts. I think the line move is mostly a fade of Nola. Nola, hard to make money fading him at home, though. Yes, and someone else, I forgot who was, suggested that the over might be a good way to play this one, right? The over.
Sorry, I'm still with this Romanian actions. GW Teacher says Romania cam girl, capital of Earth.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know what that means, but I will inquire. Actually, I might check it out right now.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Oh, King Rail says I used to do porn when I was 19.
I believe it. Sure. Let's see. What else do we
wow, Parlay Poppy says I'm trying to marry one of these Romanian cam girls.
Oh, shit.
To fund my Poppy Parlays. Man, I got to learn more about these Romanian cam girls.
Hell yeah. Let me see.
But Need for Tips says stop talking about crap about Romania before you visit. We're not talking about any crap. We are celebrating the women in Romania.
Celebrating the women of Romania. I mean, that's a compliment. When I say that the women of a country like to get down, that's a compliment right there. That's a compliment right there.
You don't say that about Canadian women.
No.
They're very beautiful, but
they
very
like to have
shy,
fun. Yes.
very conservative, very pensive.
Let me see. What else do we have here? Parlay Poppy. Yeah, he's not liking Rourke. Let's see. Zach Kenkel says another big WNBA play for me tonight and my guys. Cashed the over last night with the Dallas Wings. Let's get it. Where is Zach Kenkel's?
Where is Zach Kenkel's?
Where is Zach Kenkel's play? Where is it? I don't see it. Where is it? Zach Kenkel says. Zach Kenkel. I don't see it. I'm looking for Zach Kenkel's play. You see it?
I see Parlay Poppy saying Japanese porn gets pretty hairy. That's what I do see. Kyle Jack says, come check Cape Town, South Africa.
Oh, yes, I would like to.
He says, damn.
Yes, because they're isolated. Women's personalities improve drastically when they're isolated. Yes, I agree with that one. Zigzag Man says, going with Indian Cowboy.
Samajay had to ask.
What's that?
He had to ask.
What's that?
Can I get a birthday best bet?
Oh, shit. Yeah, you can get a birthday best bet. I think the birthday best bet would be Boston -1 as far as I'm concerned. I'm just not seeing it. The line has also now moved back in Boston's favor, which makes me like it more. I actually got it as a dog. Now it's actually a favorite, so that's a big line move in my favor with Boston. But I'm thinking that is once again a nice value play, even at the current lines. That would be my birthday play for Semajay. What do you think? You got one, Jim?
To be honest with you, after hearing all the talk, and I'd be interested to hear what the line move is, but I think it might be Mystics first half.
Yeah, well, it was 5 when you took it, Jim, and people are still liking it even more, is what you're saying.
A lot of people that I believe in like this play a lot. Has
all right.
Moved?
Well, no, it's exactly where it was in the morning. It's your call if you want to make that a birthday play.
No, I'm with Pete. I'll go with Pete. Right. I take the Red Sox. I'm taking them -1.5. I just feel like they have everything going tonight. Now, Nostra's on the Angels.
He is. Okay.
He sees value there.
He was also on the Angels last time, and we faded.
He's also on the Rays, and we haven't talked enough about this Lance McCullers, Ryan Stanek. I do like your spot. Oh, and Scotty Rock says Mystics first half all day. Angel Romero says I like Sparks money line. We're going to get into that game.
Yeah.
And, Gabriel Rodriguez.
Oh, the King is back. The King is in chat. The King is in the chat. A lot of great commenters in our chat box, but only one can be the king, and his name is Gabriel Rodriguez, and he has graced us with his presence. Gabriel Rodriguez, the king of, the king of lots of things. Gabriel Rodriguez, shout out in the building.
I just got thrown out of Starbucks because the lady around me heard all this porn talk.
Oh, yeah. Hey, welcome to the real world, lady from Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the real world.
Predictions guy says women personalities get better with isolation.
Yes.
So he says, damn, I got to visit the women's wing at Guantanamo.
Yes, you have to reduce their choices in life and their no, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm talking out of my ass here. Let's see. What else do we have here?
Corey Jones says, like the Angels.
Okay. All right. Let's see. What
Colmore's on Liberty first quarter, +3. Liberty started slow last game and are making a point to start better. I think Mystics will start slow.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. I'm just scanning for comments here. Opinions. We still haven't seen Zach Kenkel's WNBA play. Any other comments that you're seeing here?
CC Fitness says Angels 0-7 last 7 road games versus lefties.
Yeah. There's a lot of reasons I'm just not liking. I'm not liking the Angels. I understand why Nostra Tota is taking them because it feels like a contrarian play. All right, so let's move on to these games that we wanted to talk about. Milwaukee.
Yeah.
On the second half, I'm definitely going to take that one. That's going to be a play for me, -125. I'm throwing that one on there. Milwaukee second half, -125. That's an official play. First, the starting pitchers look a little bit like a wash to me. Obviously, Cincinnati's been legitimately great, but I don't think that's going to last forever. Jim, you want to do anything with this game?
I'm not sure at this point. Wouldn't mind hearing what people have to say about it. Michael Irvelina says Brewers and under. Tomar says, I think the value is on Milwaukee. Guerra's only problem is being home runs. Tampa has no power. Hard park to hit home runs to. That's interesting. Reds have played their last 7 games against teams that were in first place or within percentage points of the top spot, and they looked very, very good. Swept the Cubs in 4 games, took 2 or 3 from Atlanta, have won 9 of 10, 12 of 15. The Brewers are dealing with injuries and have lost 6 of 10. They have won 5 of 6 against the Reds this year, but I think they're in for a different matchup here. I think Guerra is being pitching well, and I don't think it's going to regress, really. He just seems to continually pitch well. He is 1-1, 4.76 ERA in his career against Cincinnati in 5 games. It's DeSclafani who is more of the unknown here. Last out, he looked very good, limited the Cubs to 2 runs, 3 hits, and 6 in the third, and hit a grand slam, first slam by a Cincinnati pitcher in 59 years. 2-2, 4.15 ERA in 5 games against the Brewers. I'm not sure. Let's see. The Reaver said took the Reds. Ziggy Balls lean, Brewers money line. Triple Beam says Reds are playing loose, carefree. Brewers without Kane. Food for thought.
I don't necessarily like him full game. I'm just going to take him second half. The Brewers bullpen has not been as great as it was in the beginning of the year, but still, pretty good. And I do think that we'll see some regression from Cincinnati in the upcoming, few maybe series or weeks or whatever. Maybe not, but I'm willing to take the Brewers on the second half here at -125.
Yeah, and CC Fitness says Guerrero got lit up last outing versus Cincy. I just have the one start this year. April 17th, he shut the Reds out and only allowed 1 hit over 5 2/3. Am I missing something here? Because that's the only start I have of Guerrero against Cincinnati, and he shut them out.
Guerrero against Cincinnati. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not going to bring him up right now. Although I can. I'm checking something else here.
Max says Twatty. It's time to take Cincinnati reverse run line. Gabriel Rodriguez says bag Milwaukee. I believe he means will show up. Red Girl. Brewers under.
Brewers under. Yeah, I mean, it's just mean team total under or just the full game.
I think she just means the full game. What is that total at?
The full game, the total. Oh man, I just checked the Houston Astros Tampa Bay game. First inning, no score is now -151 at Pinnacle. So that line moved the way I did bet it. But all right, so
what's the total in the
for the Brewers game?
Brewers?
Let's see. I think it's 8.5. Let me see. Milwaukee. No, it's 9. 9.5. 9 or 9.5. I mean, that could. I could see that one. I mean, Guerra probably has a decent start here. Milwaukee has a strong pen. If DeSclafani is okay, which also he probably should be. Yeah, who said that? Red Girl?
Yeah.
Nice eye, Red Girl. That might be a great play there. That might be a great call there.
I think that is a great call.
Yeah. That might be a nice call there.
Okay, I'm jumping on it.
You want that one?
Yeah, Red Girl. Shout out, Red Girl. Let's get that cash.
All right, let's see. It's going to be 9.5 -120 unless you want 9 + 105. Which one would you like?
I would prefer 9.5.
Okay, Jim's going to take the Cincinnati game under 9.5 -120. A tale of Red Girl. Shout out to Red Girl.
Yeah,
Thanks so much.
I like this.
Yes.
I like this. So, and that game doesn't start till 8, right? Okay, good. So I can make the bet when the show's over. Reavers on Brewers team total under. Triple Bean says, I'm looking at Brewers futures. This team is live.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very interesting.
Yeah. All right, I'm seeing if
King Rail took the under in the first half of that Mystics game.
Mm-hmm. The under in the first half of the Mystics game.
Anthony L is on Arkansas plus 170 and under 11.5 in the College World Series. Ulysses Hayes, my man Peanut, says Cincinnati moneyline got right now. I believe they have a lot of confidence.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right.
Todd Raymond says I need to Twitter more to get heard. Well, you have a voice here on Low Bag, Todd Raymond, but yes, it does help to Twitter more.
All right.
Teddy B saying Loshak and Jimmy, are you guys on the Red Sox run line? We are, Teddy B. And I watched your episode today, and I was very impressed, man. Great stuff. You and Bill Budlick are money in the bank, man.
Yeah.
Wally George says, "What's the CFL play today, fellas?" I'm looking very much forward to breaking that game down.
We will talk a bit about the CFL after this segment. All right, Houston and Tampa Bay, no score in the first inning. I said I liked it at 133 in the morning show. It's now down to minus 151 at Pinnacle. I might regret this, but I'm going to take that one. I'll take it even at 151. No score in the Tampa Bay game, first inning, minus 151 at Pinnacle, and that is the current line there. All right, Jim, anything else you want to add?
No, but Zach Kenkel did come in. Yes, I want to talk about that Rays game. I'm going to copy and paste Zach Kenkel's play so that I have it. So when we talk about WNBA segment, we can talk about, because I think it might be a very, very strong play, and he is a great WNBA capper. Okay. Juicy Toast says people are hammering the over in my book on Milwaukee.
On Milwaukee, hammering the over in the Milwaukee game.
Interesting. Yeah. And Teddy B says under is Charles Starks' play in that Houston game.
Yeah, I mean, I would have a lean to the under as well. Obviously, McCullers is doing, generally still doing well, and Tampa Bay doing very well in general with this bullpen strategy that they're having. So yeah, I'm taking no score in the first. McCullers is still getting his strikeout, so I'm assuming that he's going to be okay here. And I would agree with Charles Starks' play with the under on that one. Although I'm not going to give it as
what is
the
total?
7.5.
Rays have won 5 straight, not allowed to run in 22 innings. Held opponents to 1 run or less in 8 of their last 14. Astros are winning in bunches. They've won 17 of 20. McCullers 8-3, 3.82 ERA. This will be a homecoming for Lance McCullers. He was born in Tampa, graduated from Tampa's Jesuit High School. McCullers pitched at Tropicana twice before, once each time in 2015 and 2016, and being touched each time. He allowed 4 runs in 6 innings. He's 0-2 with a 6.00 ERA in his career against the Rays. Is that the kind of stat you put a line through because it's 2015 and 2016?
Which one, McCullers?
McCullers in Tampa, pitching in front of his friends and family.
Yeah, I think that I probably would, because McCullers has definitely made some strides. He's also dealt with some injuries over those past few years. So I would take that with a grain of salt. Yes.
Houston 11-5 in starts this season. Sorry, Marco Lou wants us to pray for his play on the Giants. So
okay.
Of course, we'll send our prayer. Too bad Yellow Jesus isn't here to bless it, but we always have your best interest in mind, Marco Lou. We love you, man. So Houston 11-5 in McCullers starts this year. Stanek has been awesome in this role. 10 games, 13 innings. He's only allowed 4 hits in 13 innings. No earned runs. Faced Astros on back-to-back days last week as a starter and reliever. Combined 2 2/3 innings of hitless shutout ball. This is a very tough thing to prepare for, all these different pitchers.
Yes.
And I mean, sure, the batting coaches and some of the veterans can do a good job, but the younger guys, what are they doing? They have to study for 8 or 9 guys that may or may not be there. It's not easy. But Hako Schofield says Astros and over parlay. Tomor says Tampa Bay's lineup is very different than what McCullers has mostly faced in Tampa in the past. You're right. Todd Raymond leans Tampa, loves the value.
Okay. All right. So you want to add any picks to any of these games? Any official picks? What's his name? I'm seeing that Michael Lunday just told me that 5 Dimes has no score in the first inning. Houston Tampa Bay game at minus 130. We don't usually use 5 Dimes lines here. Sometimes I do use them, but yes, if you have 5 Dimes, you definitely take them when they have the best line. I'll just go with my minus 151 here, even though it is a crappy line. Let me see.
Kyle Jack says thinks the total goes over 7.5. And did our prayers just work? They did for the Giants?
Hell yeah. Big Dick Donnie, very, very, very understated comment, not in caps, no exclamation points. Big Dick Donnie says, best show ever, pow. The understatement of those 3 words underscores how much he truly feels it. Look at that. Thank you, Big Dick Donnie. Shout out to Big Dick Donnie. All right,
so
Jimmy.
You're only making the play on the first inning.
Yeah, only play on the first inning, and I'm also taking Milwaukee on the second half money line, and that's it. I'm adding that to my my card, and that's it.
And then what do you get if you make a big move here on the Rays? Let's see, plus 140 and reverse run line.
Mm-hmm. Big play on the Rays here. If you want to do that, big play on the Rays. The plus 140.
I feel uncomfortable with this spot. McCullers has been pitching well, and I'd like to fade guys when they pitch in their hometown, but I don't know. Alert Eddie says Astros run line and money line for me.
Mm-hmm.
Ralph Nunziata looking forward for our CFL breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Campbell says, "What's up, boys?" Remember from Australia?
Yes. Shout
Cincinnati
out to Jason
money
Campbell.
line and Phillies money line. Okay, these are with the Phillies. Marty Muerte says Houston good on the road. McCullers pitching good. Fade. Could go either way. Astros win, 0 runs in first is good to me.
Mm-hmm.
McCullers strikeout rate high enough. He's very hard to hit unless you hit home runs. Tampa has no power. Should be a good matchup for him. Okay, I'm gonna lay off this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lay off this game. But Parlay Poppy, Rays 1.5 team total over first 5.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Let's see. Any other comments as far as handicapping comments, and then we'll move on to WNBA.
Corey Jones is on the Nats, so he's going with that big line movement. Then he's on Milwaukee, Angels, and Astros. So another guy on the Angels.
Yes, that's fine. That's understandable. I certainly understand it. Obviously, way more people, some people with, well, actually, no. I mean, the money came the other way. So there's probably sharp money coming in on Boston late. Yeah. King Rail, not necessarily. King Rail with a comment here. Keep thinking that Liberty sucks. All right, so we'll talk about this game. You want to move on to WNBA?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's move on to a WNBA. Once again, in the morning show, Jim gave Mystics first half -5, which was endorsed by a lot of people in the morning show, including Teddy B. And I gave the Mystics first half team total over at 43. I like the team total over a little bit more. So if it's a high-scoring game and they're up by 3 or 4 with a minute or 2 to go in the first half, I don't have to sweat it out, and they'll cash it. The total in this game has definitely gotten bet up from 160, opener of 160, up to 162, and then we have the Sparks and the Storm, which is an interesting game. The total hasn't moved, and
I can help you with what Zach Kenkel gave as his big play. I'm on the Seattle Storm -1.5, fairly large.
Wow!
Cannot ignore the Storm have covered the number 5 of the last 6 against the Sparks, and 6 of the last 6 in Seattle.
Yeah.
And Trunku says, love Mystics first half -5. Pete, love it. And Trunku also asked if you could recap what you guys have so far pending.
Oh, in what? In WNBA or in MLB?
Probably in MLB.
All right, in MLB, here's what we have pending. Trunku, Washington, Philly. Jim has Philly on the run line and the team total over. I'm passing on that game. Angels, Boston. I have Boston -1 and the team total over. I got it at 5 at Heritage when the line was 5. And Jim took Boston on the run line, and that's it on that one, right?
Yep.
Milwaukee, Cincinnati. I took Milwaukee on the second half -125, and Jim just took the under 9.5. A tale of a Red Girls analysis. Houston, Tampa Bay. I took Houston, Tampa Bay. No score in the first inning. In the morning show, it was -133. Now it's all the way down to -151. So I decided to give it anyway, even though I'm giving a crappy line there. And again, in WNBA, I'm on the Mystics first half team total over 43, and Jim's on the Mystics first half -5, and Trunku loving the Mystics on the first half -5. And for first-time viewers who might not be familiar with who Trunku is, guy who obviously follows the WNBA very, very closely, watches the games, told us we were on the wrong side, taking the under in the Aces Dallas game, and he was right about that one. And he's liking the Mystics here a lot. First half, along with King Rail, Teddy B, Jimmy the Bag, and a bunch of other people.
Zigzag Man says, with IC again on Spark Storm under 161.5.
That's what I was thinking as well. I was thinking of making a play on that one. I did make a bet on that one at the under.
Drew Daddy says, my girl Jewel Lloyd will not let y'all down. Storm, storm, storm.
I mean, I was sort of thinking that LA was the cream of the crop when it comes to the WNBA, and that Seattle might be a little bit old in certain spots on the court, but maybe not. A lot of people liking Seattle here, and maybe for good reason. And I was definitely thinking about a shot with the under. Of course, LA can be a very, very strong defense-oriented team. That tends to happen more at home than on the road. But I'm thinking that this might be a game where it'll sneak under the high total. IC does like the under, does he?
Zach Kenkel says, also cannot ignore the Storm went went into LA and crushed the Sparks by 20+.
Yeah.
Can talk about revenge all you want, but the Storm just have the Sparks number.
Yeah, and the Sparks did not get revenge against the last team that blew them out, which was Dallas. They got the win, but they didn't cover the big number. I had them on the first half on that one, and they didn't cover, and they didn't cover the full game spread either at -10. So yeah.
So do you have a play on the Seattle?
No, I'm definitely leaning under, which is now a 161. I'm definitely leaning under. It's down a bit from 161.5, but I'm leaning under. And the Mystics and Liberty game, I think I'm just going to stick with the Mystics first half team total over, although I would also be leaning the full game team total over for the Mystics as well, and probably be agreeing with everyone who's liking the Mystics on the first half.
Teddy B says Sparks aren't at full strength.
Yeah.
2 key players are not playing. Storm were almost one of my plays, so I wonder why Teddy B decided not to. Teddy B, why did you decide not to do that? Henry Jenkins Jr. says WNBA, both games go under, no sweat. Jason Campbell says, really liking the -5 first half for the Mystics. Liberty are a horrible team away from home. Also love the under 161 and Storm to win.
Yeah, that's what I am. That's what I am thinking about. Thinking about it. Michael Lunde saying, "Don't mean to bring up MLB during the next segment. Maybe in the future you might consider giving opinions on series prices. That's what I do a lot and like the value. Yes, Jimmy the Bag. We can certainly. I mean, any bet that's offered by the markets, we can analyze and we can give series prices. I just we have so much to cover that some of those kinds of bets and pitcher props and stuff like that we just don't quite have time to get to. But series prices in MLB, yes, absolutely, can be a great way to bet the series. The value can be bigger, and then you have like one bet covering all 3 games. Yeah, great point, Michael Lunde. Jimmy the Bag, if you ever want to discuss series prices, you can just bring it up in any MLB segment. I'll do the same. I tend not to look at them, though, but just because of how much we have to cover here. But you're absolutely right.
I don't look at them enough. Kobe Valentine giving us some up-to-date information on that Angel spot. Valbuena rest. Maldonado rest. Calhoun rest. I don't even know if you want. I guess you want Calhoun defensively, but not offensively. And Eduardo Nunez rest. He's been awful this year too. They thought that he was going to help. Very, very interesting.
All right, so
Picasso the Prophet, man, Chris Watson says should hurt them in the backcourt depth, and I'm assuming he's talking about the missing players on the Sparks.
Yes. So Zach Kenkel, what was his big play? His big play was Seattle, huh?
Seattle.
And he's also, and Zigzag Man is with IC again on Sparks Storm under.
Here he goes. Teddy B says the only reason why I didn't take the Storm because of the revenge spot for this Sparks team. They're still one of the best teams in the WNBA, and Parker is playing. Yeah. Stucci's in the house too. Nice to have him. Very interesting. I mean, everybody here believing in this Storm spot. I mean, I do think that when you go into another team's barn and beat them by 20+, it's something that is remembered, you know. And Zach Kenkel talking about the missing players for the Sparks, saying huge factor. So are you going to make a move on the Storm?
No, I'm just going to pass. I'm just going to pass for it. I'm going to pass. I'm going to pass.
And on the total.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. MVP Sports Pick says, Pistol Pete, are you on ESPN yet? No, I'm too real for them. They can't handle the realness. You know what I'm saying? They don't want us. Well, we're too real for them. All right, let's see. I'm like the Paul Mooney of sports betting talking heads. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
King Rail says, wait until tip. Don't bet this game yet. I guess because we don't know who is going to be in the lineup.
On who? Wait, who?
King Rail says, wait until tip. Don't bet this game yet.
He's talking about the Storm game. Okay. Is he talking about like Ogwumike and all the others for the Sparks?
Yeah.
Anthony L saying revenge spots are bullshit. I don't know if that's true, especially in basketball, but maybe it's not the maybe in WNBA maybe they're more bullshit in WNBA. I don't know.
I don't know either, but that makes sense to me to wait to get the enough information. So I like this Mystics first half -5. I bet it with a half unit already, and I don't think I'm going to add on. But Lil E coming in saying Seattle team total over, and Noah Lastar going against everybody who's liking the under in that Mystics game, saying over Mystics Liberty.
I'm going to stay off that one. It makes me a little bit nervous. I have a feeling that and a big move to the under at Pinnacle now for the Seattle game and at the Greek. Okay, so I just saw a big move to the under. So the under probably is the right play. We'll see. I'm feeling like the people who are liking Seattle so much tonight are probably totally on the right side. Once again, people leaning under in Seattle, but more strongly leaning Seattle minus the points. A lot of people loving Mystics on the first half -5. Jim took that one. I just took the Mystics on the first half team total over, and that's it for WNBA. I'm very excited to get to a CFL to see what your analysis is of these CFL games. You ready, Jim?
I am very much ready. And just to get us rolling, Parlay Poppy says, Poppy, CFL play of the day, Ottawa team total over 25.
Oh, yep, there you go.
Says it's way too low. Ottawa and Calgary in the last 4 or 5 meetings have gone over, with the team total on Ottawa going over. Poppy betting the house. And we do know they play each other once a year. In 2017, it was a very high-scoring game, 43-39.
All right, let's get into it. So we got 4 games coming up this weekend. The one tonight, Ottawa against Calgary. I gave 2 plays on tonight's game. Ottawa +7.5, and the Ottawa team total over 24.5 -105 at Pinnacle. Jimmy the Bag, you've now looked at this game as much as you can possibly look at a CFL game, I'm sure. What's your take?
Well, I was leaning towards the under when I left here, and I switched. Part of the reason was Ottawa's coach Rick Campbell was the defensive coordinator for the Stamps. And the Red Blacks 0-4 over the past 4 years in Calgary, and they've allowed a minimum of 38 points in each game. Stamps 17-2 in their last 2+ years at home. So my initial feeling was that the 40-17 win the Red Blacks had over the Saskatchewan Roughriders wasn't a real sign of Ottawa's offense. After the injury to Collaros, there were terrible field position. The Rough Riders were just in so much trouble field position-wise, and there was big opportunities that Ottawa was taking advantage of. They weren't really running the whole field, and when you play against the Stamps, they have very good special teams, and they put you in bad fielding position spots. But the more I looked into it, this offense of the Stamps is healthy and strong, and it's their defense that's dealing with all these injuries. The only way for the Red Blacks to stay in this game is to score points. Trevor Harris looked very good in that start against the Rough Riders, although I say he had great field position throughout the game. Went 26 for 36 for 345 yards and 2 TDs. I am uncomfortable with the side here. If you and Babana both weren't on the Red Blacks, I would be on the Stamps. And I'm uncomfortable. I'm comfortable going against you guys. I don't see this as a letdown spot for the Stamps. Saying all that, I am taking the over in this game. I really think that offense has to happen here. The Stamps have injuries on defense, and really the Red Blacks' only chance is to air it out nonstop. And same with the Stamps. I mean, the Stamps, or the Red Blacks did have a couple injuries last week. They have 2 rookies coming into the lineup. One, Reggie Daniels at cornerback. He'll get picked on by Bo. And they also have George Yuko at the D tackle spot. That's not good. You know, both Noel Thomas Jr. and Anthony Coffey are on the 1-game injured list.
Well, I can tell you this, Jim. The kickoff is only 2 hours away, and the market for the total on this game is still way all over the place. By contrast, the BC Edmonton game has 55.5 across the board. Winnipeg Hamilton has 58 juice to the over, or 58.5 across the board. This total is all over the place. We got Pinnacle leaning to the under. Pinnacle has 56.5. The under is -113. We got Heritage at 57, the Greek and Intertops at 57, Betler is 65 at 57, a bunch of other places at 56.5, and Pinnacle at 56.5 and headed lower.
Yeah, and I was surprised. Bet 365, so I bet this already. Just with a half unit. I'm only using half unit plays at this point early in the season, although that doesn't necessarily make sense with the way we're running on CFL right now. But still, I'm going to keep it at that. And then not applicable says Ottawa has injuries on the offensive line.
Yeah, they had that last week, though, too.
They did have that last week. And that Rough Riders defense is a tough defense. And especially when they lose Collaros. I mean, they were going all out trying to get at Trevor Harris. I like this spot. I like that. I really think that this is when you play the Stamps in Calgary, it's like a measuring stick. Where do you stand? The Stampeders are always going to get the other team's best shot. And right now, with the injuries on the Stampeders defense, the best shot is to air it out against them and try to get points. I'm on the over here.
All right. So again, we can give you 56.5 minus 101. That is the current line at Pinnacle. Market is all over the place right now with this total. With kickoff only 2 hours away, Jim's going to take the Calgary game over 56.5 minus 101. I'm on the I'm on the Ottawa team total over 24.5 and Ottawa plus 7.5. Kobe Valentine with some great points, which basically echoes how I feel about this game. Kobe says the Calgary Stampeders are a really good covering team at home and have become one of those teams you can blindly back and make a decent profit over the years. You said that in the morning show, Jimmy the Bag. However, next comment from Kobe Valentine. 4 of the last 5 meetings between Calgary and Ottawa have been decided by 6 points, which includes a couple of ties. I said that myself in the morning show, that it's kind of a rivalry game and these two teams get up for each other. And then Kobe says Ottawa looks very sharp offensively and this could be a letdown game after Calgary got revenge over Toronto. Yeah, I'm actually thinking that it's not even so much that Calgary is coming off a big revenge game. It's the first part of that, which is that Ottawa, they certainly have the motivation and they have the offensive talent to keep this game close the whole way. If they didn't have that talent, then maybe the rivalry factor wouldn't loom as heavily in my mind. But Ottawa's a talented team this year. Obviously, they have their negatives, offensive line, and maybe still some questions defensively. But I think they have the talent on offense to keep this one close in a game that usually goes down to the wire, as Kobe Valentine just said.
Yes, but I don't see a rivalry here. Our rivalries are all based on, being close to each other. And you're right that super Grey Cup win the Red Blacks had over Stamps was just a dagger through the heart of the Stamps. And I'm sure they don't forget that.
Sure.
But I see just a situation for the Red Blacks where they have to see where they stand. And the only way to attack the Stampeders right now, with Law hurt, with some of the injuries that the Stamps have on defense, is to go after them and risk and throw big passes. And so I think instead of being a conservative field position game, this is going to be let's all out attack.
Sure. Okay, let's see. And Parlay Poppy says, regardless, I'm going hard on Ottawa team total over. That might be the best play. It combines Jim's lean to the over and or Jim's pick on the over and my pick on Ottawa plus the points. And all right, sounds good. Anything else you want to mention here, Jim? And any other CFL games you want to jump on?
No, I'm not going to grab any of the lines yet. I just think that they need more work. So Bombers, Ticats, Lions, Eskimos, and Alouettes, Rough Riders will all be capped and ready to go for the afternoon show tomorrow. I may do some work tonight and this morning on the 2 games tomorrow, but I expect to do all of our CFL capping on the late show tomorrow.
Okay, so we're keeping a brisk pace. We might not necessarily have to go the full hour here, of course, because there's not that many MLB games, but now we can get to soccer. Some interesting shit coming on, of course, with the knockout round starting up this weekend. I looked a little bit in depth into France and Argentina and Portugal, Uruguay, and I was thinking, I don't know how many of these games you looked into, Jim, but I'm thinking that France, that Argentina might have some serious issues as a team, as an elite level team, and that France, they underachieved a little bit in the opening round, in the group round, but that their class might show here now with the step up in competition and the step up in pressure, and that Argentina might have some more serious issues team wide that might start to show up in this game. Did you look at this one?
Well, I listened to a bunch of people talk about this one rather than doing my own work, and some cappers I really respect believe Argentina has value here.
They think so? I mean,
yes.
Is Lionel Messi, is he going to step up, or is his he seemed kind of a little bit indifferent, or I don't know what the deal is with him.
So I know that Nostratorio believes in this Argentina team.
He does.
Here comes Bill Butlicker. Argentina 2, France 1.
Wow. Okay, so they obviously think that the lackluster play was just a little bit of an illusion, that it was just the group round, and that maybe that's why Messi didn't care, and that they'll step up.
I don't think it's that. Alert Eddie says France wins easy. No, I don't think it's. There's problems here.
Yeah.
There's clearly problems here with Argentina, but France didn't look very good.
That's right.
And Tomor says, I'm on Argentina. Everyone is criticizing them, but France hasn't looked great either. France struggles to score. Argentina gets to play without pressure after advancing. They do. The pressure's not on them for the first time. They're expected to lose this game. Tomer says, I like Argentina on the money line and Asian handicap. Jason Campbell says France has been very unconvincing. Bill Butler says, Pete, no. France is a young, inexperienced team.
Sure. I'm just, again, my record in all sports right now is quite impressive, except for the World Cup. I'm down significantly in the World Cup. Clearly don't totally know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I mean, France is the favorite here, but not a massive favorite. You know,
not a massive favorite.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. I tend to agree that that the value here looks to me like it's on Argentina. Plus 250 is real nice. Now that's on the three-way. Let's see. That's a full-time result, double chance. Yeah. Extra time. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I'm going to have to take more time looking at this, but I certainly think that Argentina has the value here.
Okay, and then Portugal, Uruguay. I looked into that one a little bit too, and again, to my eyes, it looks like Portugal may be, one of these teams that just relies too much on their star, and that when they step up in competition, they don't quite have the depth, and their lack of strong depth will show here, and maybe Uruguay's the play, or am I once again don't know what the hell I'm talking about when it comes to soccer?
Well, it's what we do know is that there's guys on our chat that have a vast knowledge. And that we really need to listen. Molly Mall says Uruguay surging. Alejandro Blanco says Uruguay to qualify next round. I agree. I think that Uruguay has the value here. Again, I think Uruguay has the value. Now they're slight favorites, but everything you said, I felt about Portugal in the beginning. That I didn't end up taking them not to qualify, not to move on out of their group, but I wanted to. I really wanted to. Bill Butlicker says Portugal 1-0. A lot of people think that this is set up for Argentina to play Portugal in the next round.
Wow. Really? Anthony L says Portugal will win. FIFA will rig it for them.
Jason Campbell says France got lucky against Australia, just scrapped a 1-0 versus Peru and played a horrible game against Denmark. I feel Argentina are a better team than those three.
Wow.
So the pressure's on France to step up. I agree. David Hutton says Uruguay definitely. I think that, after talking about this, and I'd like to spend another 24 hours talking about this and make the plays probably on our late show tomorrow. But right now, that's what I'm leaning. Right now, I think if you take Argentina to win and Uruguay to win, you're in good spot.
It didn't occur to me that the World Cup might. I mean, we know that the NBA is rigged. We know NFL is rigged. We know that college basketball rigged. Baseball not rigged. We know that NHL's rigged at times. It didn't occur to me that these games might be rigged in a major way. I do know that a guy who kills live betting. A guy who kills live betting said that the Panama Tunisia game, the live lines were way off from what the market should have had them at, and it turned out that the fix wasn't in. He said that the lines were off, suggesting that a lot of money thinking that they knew something was on the over at 3.5, and that is actually not, so that there wasn't a goal that was going that way. But he said he did tell me that the live lines were 20% off what they would normally be.
Wow.
For the Panama game, and he actually said that he thought that might be an indication of some kind of funny business going on. Although it didn't turn out. If there had been funny business going on, those guys lost. Know. But he said, this is a guy who was doing it professionally for many years and has definitely made a lot of money doing it. And I'm kind of friends with him, and that's what he told me.
Wow, that's interesting. Torres says Portugal doesn't have great talent around Ronaldo, but they have a clear identity, defend and score on the counter. Portugal was great in the Euro Championship in big games. Bill Butler says FIFA is the most corrupt of all. Alejandro Blanco says Uruguay has the best defense in the tournament. Cavani scores.
Right, FIFA is the most corrupt sport betting in the whole world, but I thought that maybe the World Cup would be a little bit immune to that, but maybe not.
Coco Bongo says both teams to score looks good. Interesting. I mean, if both teams to score looks good, then the over is probably in play.
Damn, I want to be corrupt. I want to get some money. Damn, Jesus! Wow, look at this. All right, so it seems that the comment section here in general is thinking that Argentina is the play, and as far as Uruguay, it seems like it seems roughly split. except for the people who are saying that FIFA wants Portugal to advance, and for that reason you would back them. But pretty clearly, the consensus seems to be that Argentina is the way to go. They are currently an underdog, right, on the three-way line, about plus 250, 260, and to advance at about plus 125, plus 130. So maybe that is a great play there, Jim.
Yeah, I think that if you took Argentina and Uruguay, that one of them will hit and you'll get paid.
Bill Buttlicker says FIFA needs Messi against Portugal for ratings. I thought, we know the NBA thinks that way, but I thought that because this is worldwide, it's a little bit immune to that. Anyone who's in that the ratings will basically be the same no matter what countries will be, but maybe that's wrong.
Jason Cattle says, I wouldn't say the World Cup's corrupt. It's too big a stage.
Right, that's what I was thinking. I mean, is there any World Cup final that will get lower ratings because of the teams? I mean, the people go nuts for the World Cup. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Maybe they'll get a little bit less excited, but they'll all tune in. The whole fucking world will tune into the World Cup finals and the World Cup on the way there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I think it is it's too big. But anything that happens in Russia is can be messed with because there's there's a lot of underground stuff going on in Russia.
Well, they slaughter journalists. Yeah, among other things. Absolutely.
I also heard that an American was messed with in Nicaragua 2 days ago.
All over the place. Yeah, all over the place.
That's my vacation.
Yeah, Jim, listen, if something happens to you on your vacation in Nicaragua, it was great doing shows with you. We love you, man.
Thank you.
See you in the next life, pal.
Not a bad way to go out.
Yeah, not a bad way to go. I wouldn't mind it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, so let's see. What else do you have here? Let's see. Let's just.
Alejandro Blanco says Portugal's overrated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. David Morrissey said last World Cup was fixed for Germany.
Alejandro, Portugal's overrated. Okay, unless FIFA's going to fix this shit to get Ronaldo in the finals, which was something that I wasn't really seriously considering. But yeah.
And Tomor says Russia was total garbage against Uruguay. They didn't show up for that game. Uruguay hasn't played anyone yet. Egypt didn't even have Salah when they played them.
Mm-hmm.
And Noster said Egypt was so overrated the whole time, and he was right. I mean, that's Saudi Arabia taking out. It was very, very, very impressive.
Yeah.
Bill Butler says Pete is the biggest. Sorry, not Pete is. Pete, it's the biggest sporting event in the world.
Right.
The most money made every 4 years. Everyone tries to make even more money. It's the same media companies that show the NBA and the NFL.
Right, but I guess I just feel like the United States is sensitive to stars and big market teams. You know what I'm saying? Like the big markets do matter in the United States, and the stars do matter when it comes to U.S. ratings. But I guess I thought that worldwide for the World Cup, it's like everyone follows the World Cup, and even a small country that makes it, that advances in the World Cup is going to get people all over the world are going to pay attention to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but maybe who knows? Yeah, who knows? Maybe I'm wrong here. Let's see. Jason Campbell says I wouldn't say the World Cup's corrupt. It's too big of a stage, but certainly lower league games are. Obviously, yes. The South American B leagues obviously are fixed. First half, first quarter, first period, full game, team totals, and everything. Obviously. But I just thought that wouldn't be the case with the World Cup.
Alert Eddie says I warned you guys about Egypt. He did.
Mm-hmm.
Alert Eddie did do that.
Alejandro Blanco says unders are the play in the round of 16. Lock that away in your brain. Unders are the play in the round of 16. Down. Okay, put that in there. Let's see. Other comments coming in from the comments section. Alert Eddie says Uruguay have been poor too. They just have good strikers. Not applicable. Belgian, look out for them. Alert Eddie says Tom Marino, France just has a bad coach. Tom Marino says France's chemistry is poor and a very young team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the more we talk about these games, the more I'm a little concerned about Uruguay. And I'm more confident in Argentina.
And the more we talk about FIFA, the more I want to apply for a job with them. Maybe I'll try to hit them up on LinkedIn. Corrupt as hell. I want a little piece of that action. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're too good of a man.
Bill Buttlicker says FIFA is so corrupt, the most corrupt of all. All right, Parlay Poppy says, where is Natalie? Parlay Poppy, sorry, Natalie had to cancel last minute, but she's coming on Monday, right?
She will be here on Monday.
Sorry about that. I know it says in the blurb that she's supposed to be in studio. That was the plan, but she had to cancel. But she will be in on Monday. Bill Buttlicker says Messi versus Ronaldo next round. Book it. Drew Daddy says this game will decide whose legacy is better, Ronaldo against Messi. Maybe that's it. Maybe you just bet that. The FIFA wants Ronaldo against Messi, and that's what they'll get. More corrupt than the NBA.
I get it. I get what you guys are saying.
More corrupt than Russian tennis.
I'm going to take Argentina now.
You are?
Not this second, but after this talk, I feel more confident about Argentina and a little less comfortable with Uruguay. And Elder Eddie backs what Tomar says. He says, Kyle Jack, you have to watch Uruguay play, and they haven't played no one.
Drunku says Uruguay to advance. Pete is right.
And Kyle Jack saying Uruguay haven't conceded. Not only good strikers.
Molly Mal, Uruguay surging.
Props Profit says Uruguay will beat Portugal.
Wow.
I don't like Portugal's team. Any team that just has one star doing everything for them. I feel like they're very overrated. But Props Profit says Argentina will not win. MMK says Portugal's due for a loss. Argentina will get destroyed by France.
Michael Ervelina says, did Alex go back? Yes, Alex had to return to Romania, unfortunately, but maybe we'll do a road trip to Romania.
What a great guy.
Yeah, he was
fun guy.
Fun as hell.
We'll have to get him on, like a Thursday or a Friday before the Premier League goes off and all that stuff. Maybe late August, September, because he's a lot of fun. Great guy, smart, fun, dig him.
LOL at people talking about corruption, period. It exists in every industry, every country, and every monetary-based entity in the world. I hear you, Parlay Poppy. Welcome to humanity, everyone who doesn't know that that's the truth. Ain't that the truth, Parlay Poppy? All right, what else do we have? Coco Bongo says the price of beer is corrupt. Amen, Coco Bongo. Absolutely. Corruption in the price of beer. No doubt about that.
But he says, yes, unders, I agree.
Yes, and Props Profit predicts a win. Wow, 3-1 France and 1-0 Uruguay. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, so I still feel like if you take both Argentina and Uruguay, one's going to take care of business. Ron Walsek says perhaps Natalie felt uncomfortable without Alex between you two.
Likely, yes, absolutely. What's more likely, that FIFA will fix this to get Ronaldo or Messi, or that Natalie felt uncomfortable without Alex between the two of us? I think the latter. I think the latter, right? And we know how much we do think that FIFA will fix this.
So you don't think she'll show up on Monday either?
I think she will, but I think she's just girding herself and she's going to, maybe she will cancel, or maybe she'll approach HR and have a talk with HR before she comes in. You know what I'm saying? And then HR will have a talk with us. And we'll be sitting here like, what? No, Natalie came to us and said, what? You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
Yeah. Or maybe we'll be given what's the word when they like a sensitivity training session.
Yeah.
Before the show with Natalie alone without Alex to protect her.
Right after we show all the pictures of us at the Pride Parade, they'll get over that, right?
Absolutely. Yes. Good point, Jimmy. Good point, Jimmy the Bag. All right. Let's see. I guess that's it. I guess we can wrap this up, right?
Well, we do have
what? You want to prep this one, promote this one, Jim?
I would like to. Sometimes you need to dig deep. And one man named Lumpy Nuts Lucrative Larry was 6-13 down 7.93 units, and we said we must change your name unless you get your shit together. And get his shit together, he did. Hit the first half draw today at plus 105.
Nice.
Doing great, up over 2 units when it looked like everything was going to fall apart. So, let's bring him in! Lucrative Larry!
Come on down. What do you have for us today? Mr. Larry. Come on in. Where are you going, dude?
Oh, no.
Keep it together, pal.
I'm worried.
Hi.
Speaking into the microphone.
Yes. Doing well. Good job.
Sure.
Everybody knows I'm a grass course specialist.
I did not know that. Did you know that, Pete?
No, didn't know it.
Well, pretty much everybody knows it.
Oh, yes.
I'm heading to the WTA Eastbourne semifinals. I'm taking Karolina Wozniacki over Angelique Kerber.
Oh.
I'm minus 115 at Pinnacle. You guys seem surprised that I'm Brass score specialist.
Surprised I am.
Nothing surprises me with Lumpy Nuts Larry.
More
And
than
who's he
meets
liking?
the eye.
He's liking a Wozniacki, huh?
Wozniacki
All
at
right.
minus 115.
Very nice, very nice. She is a name. I do follow tennis, but we just don't have time to talk about it in these shows. We'll see. How many in a row has Larry won now? Just one in a row?
Just one in a row.
But his overall record is positive?
Yeah, I believe he's up 2.22 units.
Very nice, very nice. Well done, lucrative Larry. That's his play of tomorrow, and we will be back tomorrow on Friday, 12 o'clock Eastern Time. Big MLB card tomorrow. We'll get more CFL analysis from Jimmy the Bag. I believe there's WNBA tomorrow. I can't remember, but whatever there is tomorrow, we'll handicap it. We'll have more World Cup talk tomorrow, and we'll see you tomorrow, 12 o'clock Eastern Time. Thanks, everyone.